Hey, this is MassX with a brand new One Punch Man the Strongest video, and yes, our awakened SSR Plus unparalleled flashy flash is out. Yeah, you can probably hear the non-excitement in my voice for this one. So in the background, we're gonna go ahead and show some pulls for him. We're gonna build him. I'll show you where I have him at now. I'm just not gonna go nuts. I just don't see it with this one right now, but especially with the keepsake not available, also with it releasing on a Saturday, so you can't get the tournament qualification, but enough of that. So let's really dive into this character though, because it's an interesting character in and of itself. Okay, you don't really care about its basic attack. It's pretty much obsolete to you. All it does is hit a single target, 3 combo strikes, deals damage equal to 120% attack. You will disregard that completely if you're playing this character or even bother to try to use this character. Your focus is of course going to be on the ultimate. The ultimate attacks all enemies, which is nice. So you get an AoE, 5 combo strikes, it deals damage equal to 120% of attack, plus that scaling amount, grants specialized speed up to allies of the same column. So yeah, keep that in mind, column there. It increases their speed to 90% of Flashy Flash's speed. Their speed remains the same if it's higher than Flashy Flash's speed. So that's important to note, depending on where you have your characters at, so don't make that useless. It lasts for 1 turn, reduces the enemy's energy by 1, which is always nice. I like control teams, so anything that manipulates the other side's energy is always a plus. It's once per turn. It cannot inflict fear in the same turn after taking effect. Standard verbiage that you see. Now, what we really need to talk about, of course, is his passive. And his passive, when the battle begins, he gets that specialized speed up. It increases his speed by 20%. Now, mind you, this is without his keepsake, and that's why, again, I already talked about this before in the video. If you are truly going to build this character up, you are going to need to go all in. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. So you're 5P'ing him, and you're getting that keepsake, and you're going full speed set, because he just is not that valuable if he's going first. If he's not first, he's last. That's simple. So yeah, in the immortal words of Ricky Bobby from Talladega Nights, if you're not first, you're last.
You ain't first, you're last.
Is really, couldn't it be said any better for this particular character. So you want to make sure that you are maximizing everything with this character, which is going to be near impossible right now. So I would not recommend putting him on true competitive battles. I mean, go for it if you'd like. But yeah, just understand that right now. But let's get back to that passive. Okay, I went off there for a second. But as I said before, when the battle begins, he gets the specialized speed up, which is 20% at this point, okay? Once he's put all the way up, he's actually will beat King out. So keep that in mind. If the main target speed is lower, deals bonus damage equal to 300% attack to the main target after taking action. After any character takes action, removes the enemy's normal speed up effects. That's the niche with him, okay? Which is kind of cool. But again, not game breaking, marrying on how you build your team. But I digress, let's move on. Then we've got the awakened passive, Last Man Standing. Alrighty. So when the battle begins, it permanently increases instant damage evasion by 70%, which is really nice actually, and grants 50% instant damage evasion to allies in the same column. Again, be very, very cognitive of who you have columned with him. Keep that in mind. Takes only 1 point of direct damage, bonus damage, charge damage, berserk damage after the character takes action. If Flashy Flash triggers evasion, deals bonus damage equal to 400% attack to a random enemy without unyielding. Additionally, recovers HP equal to 150% attack. So that's very important. It is nice that he gets that HP back. And as we talked about in the prior video, he really thrives on as much attack as possible. Just think of it this way: speed first, attack second. Everything else is irrelevant. Speed first, attack second. Everything else is irrelevant after that. So you want to get as much attack as you can possible. You want as much speed on this character possible. So yeah, so when you go to get this character going, of course, you know, I can go ahead and show you mine. It is nothing spectacular at this point. So let's take a look at where I have him. Right now I have him at 5 stars. No intention of going to 6 stars with him personally, even though it's blocked anyway, so I couldn't until I can get the tournament win Monday. His Awakened Inspiration is at 3. Best I can do at this point. You know, I will go ahead and get him to 4. I'll go ahead and sadly push him to 5 and get his keepsake and do some testing with him. The character journeys, as you can see, all the ones I could so far. And I have just the first section of talents open right now, about to finish those off and start on talent 3 next. And of course, as you would expect, it's all about attack here. So of course I've got 2 sword sigils on him right now, and I'm using the vitality because I want the attack that it adds to that. For his keepsake, of course, you can only get the 2 stars at this point in time until they release his specialized keepsake, and his exclusive badge is at 5 just to give him a little bit more HP, but even that I didn't go to 6 at this time. To me it's a waste at this moment. For gear, of course, I'm using Fiery. It's a set I just built. I only had 3 attack speed, so I had to go with 1 HP, which I don't necessarily mind to just make him a tad bit tankier, but I prefer that attack once I get a piece that I can convert to that. Haven't done much with the equipment at this point, but of course with the Fiery you get the gains all 12% all damage boost and increased speed. But again, you could use Ninja, you know, anything that's going to give you that speed boost. And for buff gears, of course, you need triple speed on your hero buff gear, so make sure you go after that. That's really the most important thing. After that, it's all about attack. I'm not going to reset this set at this point in time and waste the locks. But for duelist gear, of course, you know, crit's not bad, resistance isn't bad, you know, anything. Of course, you can get another attack percentage if you get that lucky. Awesome. Same with your S-class buff gear. You really want to be looking for attack. You know, bonus damage is always going to be good too. None of these I'm not sitting re-rolling for right now because it's not a character I see playing long term, quite honestly. It's solely for content and for some testing and a little fun, and move on our way. If I do go ahead and put him in any sort of true competitive nature, of course I will move another set onto him, probably from Garu, what he stole from Metal Bat. Ha ha ha. But yeah, so we can go ahead and show a little gameplay now, just so you can see the character in action. But again, this is one, if you're free to play, light spender, do not sweat this character at this time at all, at least in my opinion. It's a good time to save with this one on the current docket for June. So, you know, from the tournament today, I went ahead and recorded a little. I saw somebody with another Flashy Flash, so I thought it'd be fun to go ahead and pit Flashy versus Flashy. Just so you can see, you know, the one nice thing about him is, you know, the 0 energy ult. And I don't know why I stuck him with King. Honestly, if I was going to put him up in a column in this particular team, I would be putting him against one of my 2 main DPSs. Not with King, at least at this point in time, given his speed situation, because King is going to outspeed him anyway. So, but yeah, you know, he's not gonna make you go ooh ah. But with the evasion, with that HP, you know, he can be tanky once you get him built up, which is nice. So that's always a good thing. But you know, he's to me, he's not a game breaker. Yeah, if you fully whale him and you have a full-on, absolutely crazy team, and you just want to try to decimate before your opponent has much of a chance, well, go for it. But long-term longevity, you know, how long is he going to really hold up? What's he going to do for you? Yeah, you know, novelty, just kind of like the first Flashy Flash. Remember, if you've been playing this game long enough, then you know how long that character's lifespan was in effectiveness. So let's go ahead and take a look at another piece of recording I did testing him out. All right, so we've got one more. This time, much stronger opponent. Basically just pulled my Garu out and threw Flashy in there, and I don't know why both times I stuck him where I did. Not getting his full benefit, at least in my opinion, but hey, it is what it is. But one nice thing you're going to see is he does hold up okay, so you don't have to be worried if you are going to not put him on the back row. If you invest enough into him, he can, you know, hold his own for a bit. And is going to get that self-heal, which is going to help him out immensely with the evasion. Yeah, he's got some, you know, he's got some legs to him. That's the good news. And that's kind of why I threw him in here, because as you saw, I didn't really go too nuts on this build. Didn't even move any of my better equipment on him. So yeah, it was kind of just to show that, you know, he has some legs to him, which is nice. If you're going to spend that time, effort, and money into this character, you better well get something out of him more than, well, a pretty new blonde character. But yeah, as you can just tell by the absolute excitement in my voice how much I love this character. You know, he's fine. We've gotten what some of the characters I've been looking forward to. I'm looking forward more to a few others before we make that big push into the next generation of characters, the dreaded UR, but that won't be till next year. So we'll play out the rest of the year getting the remaining pieces to at least the SSR pluses, and there are some nice ones in there. And of course, when we get the core change, that will be nice too, the change up gameplay. But it's already had a nice little push, you know, getting Gogetsu now. You know, Garu's a novelty at this point. If you got him, you know, great. But, you know, I play him just to get some video and content. But honestly, he wouldn't be my first choice for some of the offerings that I still have available. But hey, it is what it is, and he looks cool. But yeah, so that's a little flashy flash for you. You can see my build. If you are pulling for him, good luck. My pulls were pretty crappy, then suddenly I just got like one or two amazing pulls, which bailed me out, which was a good thing. And if you are getting them, good luck on building, because you're gonna have to go in for the long haul if you really want to use this character. If you're just pulling them just to have them, then hats off. Probably the smarter way to go with this one in the long run. But let me know your thoughts on this character if you're even pulling for him. And with that, as always, please like and subscribe. It helps a lot. Have a wonderful day.